For teleSUR, I'm Cody Weddle in Caracas, Venezuela. We start in Brazil, where progressive President Dilma Rousseff will face conservative Aécio Neves in a second-round runoff on October 26. Rousseff won Sunday's election with over 41% of the vote. Neves surged past candidate Marina Silva, who had been predicted to take second place. Breaking down the results for the presidential election in Brazil, incumbent Dilma Rousseff of Brazil's Workers' Party took a comfortable 41.69% of the vote. Aécio Neves of the Social Democracy Party captured a surprising 33.55% of the ballot. Released by Brazil's electoral authorities, current tallies are based on 99.9% of results. Marina Silva received only 21.32% of the vote. And for the latest on the ground in Brazil, we go to our correspondent there, Stephanie Kennedy. Hey, Stephanie.
Good day from Rio. Well, this Monday, Brazil wakes up to more campaigning. It's not over yet. The election results from last night's first round saw Dilma Rousseff, current president, push on through to the second round with 41.6% of the votes. Now, who will be meeting her there in the second round will be conservative Aécio Neves with 33.6%. Now, Marina Silva, who was the star of the show only 2 weeks ago, did not make it through and only got 21.3% of the votes. Now, the question on everybody's lips this morning is, who will Marina be supporting in the second round? What will her supporters do? Will they gravitate towards Dilma, or will they be supporting Aécio Neves? Although Marina did say last night in her speech that it was obvious that Brazil wanted a change, a statement which shows that it is quite likely they will be supporting conservative Aécio Neves. Now, another important figure to take into consideration here is the number of people who chose to cast a blank or null vote, and that totals 29%. That's a figure higher than the amount of people that supported Marina Silva. What will those people do? Will they vote in the second round, or will they continue to cast their blank vote? All this is very important to start getting an idea about who will be Brazil's next president. That's all for now. I'm Stephanie Kennedy from Rio. Back to the studio.
A bid now on second-place candidate Aécio Neves. Neves managed to ride a last-minute surge in support to put himself in the runoff. In the second round, Neves will undoubtedly face criticisms for being little more than a representative of big business. From Brazil's second most populous state, Neves was elected governor of Minas Gerais in 2003. While using neoliberal policies there to slash public spending, he became popular for symbolic moves such as cutting his own pay by nearly half. In Minas Gerais, he used free market reforms such as controversial loans, garnering praise from the World Bank. He advocates similar policies for the country. Not only Brazilians went to the polls to vote for president, but regional representatives as well. The governing Workers' Party and its allies won seats in Bahia, Minas Gerais, and Piauí. The party will compete in second-round runoffs in 4 other states. The center-right PSDB party won governor posts in Sao Paulo and Paraná states and will go on to compete in second-round races for governor in 6 other states. And we turn now to Mexico, where 28 bodies found in a mass grave in Guerrero State are suspected to be those of missing students who disappeared 10 days ago. The search for the students continues as forensics results for the bodies will take between 15 and 60 days to come back. Meanwhile, several hundred students protested violently on Saturday night in front of the state governor's house, expressing anger that the bodies may be those of their friends and loved ones. In other news from Latin America, a week before general elections in Bolivia, the incumbent president Evo Morales has received yet more good news. New polls show that Morales will receive 57% of the vote, 38.7 percentage points ahead of his nearest rival, businessman Samuel Doria Medina, who is currently projected to receive 18%. Former President Jorge Quiroga lags even further behind with just under 11%. Other candidates, including Juan del Granado, is predicted to take 3%, while Fernando Vargas is at just 2%. 9% of the Bolivian population is undecided still, according to the poll. Peru was also host to elections yesterday, with more than 1,800 regional contests taking place across the Andean nation. While the elections were marked by a low voter turnout, conservative candidates won key positions, including in the capital of Lima. Results indicate a high level of political fragmentation in the countryside.
As a result of this electoral process, power will be more fragmented in our country, and at least 9 or 10 regions in the nation are going to fall into the hands of emerging local powers, many of whom have shady origins.
In Venezuela, the investigation around the murder of Congressman Robert Serra last week is continuing. According to Venezuelan authorities, the lawmaker was murdered by a group of hired assassins. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro explained the situation.
Our comrade, Robert Serra, was brutally murdered in a surgically precise operation that took less than 20 minutes. I can't say more. We have the evidence.
To world news now, as U.S.-led airstrikes against the Islamic State group in Syria are about to enter their second week, the mainly Kurdish fighters trying to fend off the group in the border town of Kobani have said the strikes are not working. Kobani has become emblematic of the region's struggle against the IS group. 180,000 citizens have been forced out of the town into bordering Turkey, whose government has on one hand sworn to protect the Kurdish Syrians, while on the other saying Kurdish revolutionary group the PKK should be treated the same as IS. And to Hong Kong we go, where the mass protests against the government are running out of steam. Exhausted demonstrators debate the next step as people return to work after the weekend. Protesters are demanding talks with the government following the decision that 2017 election candidates will still go through Beijing. Some 200 senior members of the Catholic Church continue their synod today in the Vatican to discuss how the Church should go forward on family issues. Many, including Argentinian Pope Francis, are hoping for significant reforms on divorce, abortion, contraception, and cohabitation. Since becoming pontiff, Francis has made several significant changes in the Church, leading to his nomination for this year's Nobel Peace Prize, which was announced Friday. Other Nobel Prizes have already been announced, including the $1.1 million prize for medicine announced Monday. British-American researcher John O'Keefe and Norwegian couple Edvard and May-Britt Moser have brought us closer to understanding our internal GPS in their groundbreaking discovery. Thanks to them, we now know which cells in the brain allow us to find our way around, something that may help to understand the mechanism underpinning the spatial loss that affects people with Alzheimer's disease. More on those stories and others at our website, telesurtv.net/English. For teleSUR English, I'm Cody Weddle. Have a great day.